Okay, I'm making a video about how to get all 12 AJ badges for week 1. This video becomes useless after week 2, as you can't get any week 1 badges after week 2, obviously. So here we're going to go through all the games in detail in order of the portal. I can see that we already have all the badges for every single champion, but you don't have to do that. There's literally an update on the description of the game that says literally you don't have to get every single badge. There's no point. So do whatever you want, but just for fun, I just do it because, why not? So also the MVP thing works now. So if you have 8 badges or more, you can see the servers will be spamming a bunch of green boxes. All right, let's go ahead and head into the portal, and we'll go one by one over all of the AJ Striker badges from top left to the bottom, basically. I'll try my best to get through all the information, but I might miss something or here and there, but I'll try my best on how we explain everything. So first one we have is SCP Roleplay. This one is a bit long. You want to have a party of 4 for this one. It is you queue up in the beginning, so I'll show you that real quick. So as soon as you join the game, you want to click on the Metaverse button on the right side here, and that'll get you to the Metaverse spawn. Now, once you head over here, there's these elevators that go down. Assuming all you need to do is walk into it, and you'll squad up. But it will, even though the timer counts down to 0, you will only for some reason, maybe it's a bug, but for some reason it will only trigger the teleportation if there is 4 people or more in there. Of course, I recommend a lot that you go ahead and do a party of 4, as it'll take a very long time. It is just a bunch of zombie killing progression and all that stuff. So there's just a little example of what it looks like when you need more people for this, for sure. So most of the time you're just killing zombies, and it becomes a hassle. There's a lot of zombies that pop up. So by yourself, it'll take a very long time. So I do recommend at least, bring a party, and it's just like a story mission. Like, if you've ever played like a Roblox story game, it's the same thing. You just follow the story, follow what the text says, kill zombies in the room, and you're good to go. The only there's like one boss, which it's not hard to deal with. I guess I'll give you an example of what it looks like and how to kill it, I guess. So at some point you reach to this armored zombie. They keep shooting it, and then it'll start to glow red here and there until it turns white. Keep shooting it, and then you'll start doing damage to it. And then once it turns white, you're on a timer of when it returns back to normal. So just keep shooting it, making sure that it dies, I guess you could say. But if you take too long, then it resets back to normal like that. And just got to redo it twice. So there you go. And that's for SCP Roleplay. You get to the end, and then you win. Next up, we have a pretty easy one. We have Tank Warfare. It's a pretty well-made game. It's pretty fun. All you need to do is a meteor will fly in the beginning of every round, and then you have to destroy it and then touch it. It is server-wide. So here's an example of what it looks like. So at the beginning of the round, this is just a tank game. You just pick up a tank, any tank you want. It doesn't matter. And you'll hear a meteor that will fly and slam into the ground. The thing is, anybody can go to it and pick it up. So if you're the first one there, you start shooting it. So you see that little shadow, and you can't hear it, but it crashes and lands in front of me. But there's 2 tanks over there. They will shoot it, and then they will pick it up. Only one person can pick it up, but a meteor will spawn multiple times in one session. So you see there's a meteor right there. They blow it up, and then a chest will spawn. The first one picks it up, gets the box, yada yada yada. So very simple stuff there. All right, next up we have TTD3. This one is probably the easiest one out of all of them. This one is, I don't know, it's a game where you dance. I don't know. So let's go over just how it is in the game, which is much easier to explain. Not that difficult at all. So all you need to do is head to the desert area and find AJ, and all he wants you to do is find 15 coins around the map, the whole map. And they spawn in set locations, so everybody sees the same locations as everybody else. There's no stealing. You just go ahead, and I'm not gonna show all locations. It's just the whole map is a very small map. Just go ahead and head to a coin and pick them up. That's it. Pretty simple stuff. Just hold down E, and then you're good to go. Okay, next up we have Polybattle. This is a FPS game. This one's a little bit also pretty simple to do. Not much like special things. Like it's an FPS game. I don't know if it works on mobile. Maybe it does. I'm assuming it does. But this one is also okay. There's a condition of why it's easy. What you need to do is capture 2 flags in the game, and it's a capture the flag game or domination game. You set it on the flag and you do it. Of course, some people who are really good at the game will do it. the easiest way I could say this is that if you join a game that just started, or round just started, there's neutral flags. So if you capture the one that's most closest to you, nobody's going to be there because the game hasn't started yet, or the combat hasn't started yet. But if you join a game midway, people who have a lot of you won't know anybody. You don't know where anybody is, as people will be in the middle of the map, or that since in the beginning of the game, everybody with different maps. It's not much to show here, but just capture points. You'll know what they are on the map. Just touch them and just hold them down. Go over a team of people, and you're good to go, pretty much. After that, we have another easy one, which I don't need footage either. All you need to do for Manhunt, right here, is it's a murder game, and all you need to do is win a round or survive a round. Literally, just like obviously one of the other easiest ones in the beginning. Just literally get into a match, and then you straight up, the killer can either just reset, and everybody in the server gets the badge. So like, it's dumb. This is probably one of the easiest ones, other than the TTT3. It's you just join a match, and then you just can either win or just don't lose, and then or murderer can just reset, and everybody gets the badge. So it's Manhunt. Next, I have Miner's Haven. This one's a little bit difficult if you don't have any progress in this game. I did have progress, so I can't get the full experience of being a noob, but I'll go over what you need to do in this game. It took a while, but it's a lot of walking for sure. Okay, here's the gist of it. So you want to head to the docks and head to Easter Island. And once you get to Easter Island, AJ will be standing there at the dock. You talk to him. He'll say that you'll need to get these 2 machines. These 2 machines are located on the island, so you have to go ahead and find them. I'll show the locations of where I found them, though it was at nighttime, so it's a bit dark to see, but I'll try my best because I got unlucky and it's nighttime and I couldn't see them for a while because I don't know where they are. Once you head to Easter Island, you talk to him, and then he tells you that those machines will convert certain ore to different carrots. Those carrots you'll need to give to each bunny. You only carry one at a time, so that's why it takes a bit of time, but you need to get at least 1 golden carrot, 1 diamond carrot, and 1 emerald carrot. So what that means is that you're going to need at least a gold mine, a diamond mine, and a emerald mine dropper from the shop. So at least if you need to have those unlocked to get this mission done. So let me show you what the first machine is in this map here. So one of the locations here, it's hard to tell because it's nighttime. I can't do much about it, but it's on this hill over here next to this purple egg. This is the carrot factory here. Just a little spin around a little bit here, and this is where the locations on like the left side of the map. And then over here next to this yellow egg on the right side of the map, there's this very hard to see carrot thing behind the egg or stone head, basically. So there's that. Now once you get all the machines, you don't have to set them up as like basically the carrot dropper converts the blocks into a bigger block. So here's an example of that. I'll just show the thing that we have here. So you want to make some space here, all right? So put them in in front of each other, the dropper and all stuff, and you get a treadmill. Or you could just put them beside each other. You don't need a treadmill, but I put a treadmill because that's just how I remember how to play this game, pretty much. Yeah, you can do it like this or put it on top of each other. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't matter. My skills here for this stuff is it's been a while since I played this game, so yeah, my skill level here on moving stuff around, not good, pretty much. So then you want to take a diamond mine or whatever mine you want, and you put it over there. Then it will spawn a diamond block onto the conveyor. Then at the end, it will spawn a diamond carrot. Now you will have to go back to Easter Island and give that diamond carrot to the correct bunny. So there's that. And you do that 3 times. Though, if depending on where your spawn is, it might be really far away. And then if you're new to the game, there are ways to increase your movement speed, but you have to unlock them. So good luck. But you can carry 1 at a time. Pick up, get your speed boosts. That's what I have. And you have to walk back to the dock. Hopefully get a good spawn, but it is really far away. And that's it. So you just hand over the crate, and then you get the 3 crates, and that's it from each So do it 2 more times. Go back to your reset. Go back to your plots, and then do it again. Yada 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 yada. yeah, it's not fun, but that's the game. Get your gold mine out, get your emerald mine, and then get the gold carrot, get the emerald carrot, and then you're good to go, pretty much. So we have a little bit weird one. We have Pinewood computer core. If you don't know what this is, literally it's just like it's a core. It's a science lab where it has a reactor core, and the whole premise of this one, you have to blow it up, overload the core, and then have it self-destruct. This one, you don't have to do much. Most of the time, people are already trying to blow up the core, and it's multiplayer, so you don't have to do it yourself. So you can join a server and just wait. People will be trying to destroy the core. Eventually, it will blow up. We have the self-destruct sequence. It will count once there's a countdown. It will blow up, and once it blows up and it kills everybody, wait a couple seconds after, or a couple, like maybe 10-20 seconds, and it'll give you the badge. It'll work. I don't have I have footage of it, but you don't have to do anything. I didn't touch any buttons. It's just people will do it if they know what they're doing, and that's it. Nothing too difficult, but it's just blow it up. It takes a bit of time if you have a fresh server, but if you join a server that's like has progress already or a countdown, then I think it should be pretty good to get the badge pretty easily. But that's just me. Next up, we have Mafia Tycoon. This one's really easy, but it forces you to play the Tycoon a little bit, but not too much. All we need to do is this here. So we have what you need to do is give or claim a plot here, and all you need to do is get 7,777 money, basically, to give Harold the Hobo some new clothing. So basically, you just gotta go get the printer going. You click. There's a click printer, so you can have an auto clicker here and there, and then you're get that cash basically. So here's an example of where you need to go, I guess. So you sit here, get some cash. You need a lot of cash, but just keep upgrading your thing, and you get more and more and more. It's like Tycoon. If you never play Tycoon, it's pretty simple stuff, but it's all you do basically. Get that cash, get that money. Eventually, you're rolling in cash, but it still takes a long time. Still, this is still pretty slow, if you could imagine. And once you have all the cash, go outside, give him some new clothes, and then there's a badge. That's it. $7,777 in cold hard cash. Okay, next up we have Elimination Tower. It is a round-based game. This one's a bit. I got lucky on this one. This one you had to. I would say unlucky and lucky at the same time, but lucky as in you have to play the game, and there will be different mini games per round, and then when you win a mini game, you can nominate 2 people to go head-on-head competition, and then then whoever loses gets eliminated from the competition, and then you keep doing it over and over again. Whenever it's a group challenge or everybody has a mini game, there's a chance for a special mini game, which is a Easter maze, and you have to find a key in the maze, which I think is random, and then you have to find what's her name, Merry Christmas, in the maze, and unlock it, and only one person can win that challenge, and then that gives you the badge. I got lucky as in I got on the first mission or first mini game, but then not lucky because everybody in the server is there. If it's like later in the game, maybe it's 3 people, but we have 8 people on the server. So I'll give you a little example of what it looks like, pretty much. So when a mini game was being chosen, we've got like basically a decent sized server here, and the mini game is called Rabbit Hole. This is the one you want to spawn, basically, and you have to win this. And it does explain what you need to do. Just so watch the screen for when you're doing it. But like I said earlier, just get the key and find Mary at the end. That is it. I got lucky. I don't think it's the same each time. It's a pretty big maze, so get lucky and you win. I don't know. Be good, I guess. Like I was in the maze and I found the key pretty early on, and I'm assuming the key is near Mary, so I just kept looking in the corners here and there, and eventually I did find her. But I don't think it's the same every single time. I think it's random, but I don't know. We'll see. I just went to like the very corner of the map and then touched her, and then I win. So there you go. And then you have to wait a little bit of a cutscene, and then you get the badge eventually. So that's how it goes for that one. Here I am, happy as ever. All right, next up we have Emergency Response Liberty County, not country. This one is a Robux game. You need to have Robux to play this game or get into it. I don't know if I did do it. you need to do 6 tasks. It's pretty simple. It does explain everything you need to do. For this one, it's not gonna go free. It's not a required game. Not because the way the event works, that you don't have to get every single badge in the game. It's not required, so it doesn't need to go free because you don't need it. It's just a game. If you have it, then it's good that it's an event. But if you don't have it, then you don't need it. If you don't have the game, then it's not important to you at all. But you'll do 6 tasks. That's listed as a event checklist on the top right of the screen. And I just did the easy ones, like, you know, I did all the criminal ones, and then I did some of the police one, and I did the DOT, and that's 6 right there, easy stuff. After that, we have human simulator. This is the first one I did. This one's a bit cool, but one of the cooler ones, I think. It's pretty, that puts some effort into it. So I'll go explain of how it works, and see if you guys care about it. I don't know, it's one of the first ones, so everybody has it already. Alright, so in this game, it's just like a little, like a ragdoll simulator. And you're going to head up to this little green pipe here, and you want to jump on it, and it'll spawn these blocks. You can talk to AJ over there to see what you need to do, but just keep jumping on this, and it'll start spawning more blocks, and blocks. And it's just 5 pillars. What you need to do is grab these blocks and feed them to these like coils. And they're around the map. There's like 4 of them. One's across the bridge, and there's 2 behind me. And then once you do 3, it'll turn them on. Once you do 3, there'll be like a little boss fight with this middle tower, and we'll go over how that works here. So now you'll be spawning this like red now grayscaled game. Don't have to worry about dying. You won't die in this area, so you won't lose progress if you die. So all you need to do is grab these barrows that are indicated with this blue dot. You can see them anywhere on the map. It's like a little GUI that floats, and this thing will keep showing you in it all constantly. All you need to do is keep on ragdolling, which was R. So I just spam R the entire time, and you should be fine with your movement. But once you find a blue barrel, it will, once you pick it up, you have 0 gravity. So you have to get close to the get close to the middle, and then just drop it off there, and you'll be good to go. So here's a little example of that. But once you do it, you have to wait a little bit long to get the next barrel to spawn. So just go hide behind like a pillar or something. Then you have 0 gravity. Just keep spamming R, and then you'll get there. Just spamming R is pretty much what you need to do for this. So just get close, and then there you go. Then you have to wait for another barrel. It takes a bit of time, but it'll tell you that you need 3 more. So you need 4 in total, and that's it. Once you get there, you get the crate, and that's it. You can't die. So that's all it is, pretty much. Lastly, we have cube defense. This is another tower defense game, or well, one tower defense game. And this one, another team had another tower defense game. And we have, it's not that bad. You like always, you want to have a good party or a decent party. I was level 1, but I don't think it matters. It gave you special guns already, even though you're low level. So it's just default. It's just, I don't know what to really explain. You just gotta make sure that you're using your money correctly. Minigun's pretty good. Every time a minigun hits a cube, it will give you more money. And eventually the boss is pretty difficult. So when the boss reaches a different path or further down the path, and your guns cannot hit anything, sell them and then buy a new one and then put it closer to the boss. Just keep micromanaging. When you have the money, or when they're useless, just sell them and then put them into the end, and then that should be good to go. I don't really have footage. It's just a tower defense game. It's kind of hard, but if you have smart people, and sell, replace when it's the boss battle. That's it. That's the best advice I could do, and that's it. That's all 12 badges for AJ Striker. Hopefully this helps a little bit. Nothing too difficult in most of them, but it's pretty simple stuff when you watch the video, I guess. I don't know. Sounds simple most of the time, but there you go. Hopefully it helps. I'll probably have to do other 2 there, but it's a lot. It's up there.